Hello, I'm Victor Arocho. I am a licensed insurance broker in Florida, New Jersey, expanding to New York and expanding to several states like Texas, out in California. I am an authorized Your Family Bank representative. I'm also an authorized debt-free life representative. Just wanted to share step one of our 7-step process to money management and uncover the hidden secrets of the wealthy. I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible. I've put myself in certain situations, and I want to make sure that I can help as many people that I know. I'm also asking for help from my viewers, from my family, from my friends, to excuse me, to help me be able to condense the hours and hours of knowledge that I have to make people and you feel comfortable with this insurance benefit concept, infinite banking concept by Nelson Nash. Your Family Bank is a company that has a proprietary software. I'm also a debt-free life authorized representative, and what that means is I spent over 16 hours to get certified in a boot camp. And I'm going to go over to the step one, show you what it took and what I'm doing to improve myself from an educational perspective, to understand, to be able to share my knowledge to help as many people as I possibly can. And hopefully, you give me a call, we could answer some questions, tell me what I could do. What could I do better to make this easier? All right, so I'm just going to make it easy. The 7 steps. We're only going to go over the step one, which is knowledge. Again, I'm a debt-free life authorized representative, part of Symmetry Financial Group, Quility. I'm also a Your Family Bank representative, which means we create privatized banking for individuals and/or businesses. Super simple. Steps one, knowledge. Step two is improve your cash flow. So knowledge, without knowledge, you're going to see without knowledge, you can't execute. Okay. If you have knowledge and you don't execute, it's worthless. Applied knowledge is better than knowledge. Sorry, that always happens to me. Improve your cash flow. Cash flow is king. Cash is king. Cash flow is king. Just because you may have a high net worth, if you don't have cash flow coming in, it will diminish your net worth. Your net worth. Step three, reduce your debt. The less debt you have, the more cash on hand you have available to seize the opportunity in down markets. Step four, reduce taxes. Super simple. The less taxes you pay, the more money you keep. Minimize risk. Be smart in your risk. Think about Warren Buffett. He has a statement that says, number one, never lose money. Number two, see number one, never lose money. Okay. He minimizes his risk by heavily researching the management team, the company. He has a staff doing that. How are you minimizing your risk in your IRAs or your 401ks? Are you only looking at the statement, whether it's up or down each week or each month? And I used to do that. I wasn't really minimizing my risk when I was doing that. And then step number six, and I'll move this a little bit out of the way, at least for me. Step number six is the big picture. Big picture is in our 7-step management program, or money management program, is providing you a roadmap to focus on building your own banking mechanism. The concept of insurance benefit concept is being able to use high dividend paying cash acceleration insurance policies to be able to maximize your dollar and have your dollar being used twice and constantly in motion. Just think about water sitting still. How much fish you think will be there? You want your money moving at all times. So one, I made a post today, was there's two ways to make money. One, you work for money. Two, you have money work for you. Ideally, what you want is money working for you, but you need to work to get some money. Once you get that money, that hard-earned money, you need that money working for you. So you want to minimize the risk. Step 6, we talked about a little bit, the big picture, your roadmap. How can you see it? How do you understand it? That's where um, uh, authorized representatives of your family bank or debt-free life. Then there's infinite banking, authorized representatives, and I'm gonna share with you my competition. Less than 5% of the country understand this concept, and most of them are the wealthy. And those who understand the concept are actually using it. Because everyone always asks me, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, the people who know how to do it are. So how can I help you and how can I condense it so you feel comfortable being able to maximize that hard-earned dollar that you're working for and stretch it and double the use. Imagine if you could get back the money for every car you purchased. For every major item you purchased, you got all the money back and you still had the car. And then steps number 7 is your decision. Your decision is here, super simple. Go without a plan is just a wish. Your decision is to either follow these steps, gain the knowledge, listen to the podcast, read the books I'm going to show you. That is your decision. We can lead a horse to water. We can't make the horse we can't make the horse drink the water. So I hope you take heed here. You learn more. You listen to some of the podcasts I listen to. You listen to my channel, my YouTube channel, my Instagram channel, and I hope you pick up a little bit of knowledge. We're going to go step 1 is knowledge, and help me here. Tell me how I could do better. What is it I should be able to do to answer your questions earlier? What can I do to make it? I love that movie Philadelphia when Denzel Washington says, talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. And I'm not trying to insult anyone, but I'm trying to break it down as easy as possible. But you're going to see the hours of preparation and work that I put in every day over the last months, thousands and thousands of hours understanding this concept before I brought it out live. And I'm a product of the product. Step 1. Here we go again. Knowledge. Knowledge becomes power only when it's put to use. I heard a great statement. Knowledge is what's better than knowledge? Applied knowledge. Knowledge is useless unless it is applied. Jack Welch would bonus people who came up with a great idea, even though it wasn't their department, and would bonus people who executed on that idea. So we're going to give you a little bit of knowledge. I'm also going to share with you my knowledge in insurance benefit concept and cash acceleration policies. And I need you to help me. Ask questions, please post them and tell me what I can answer for you so I can build an FAQ to make you feel more comfortable. This is a paradigm shift. We've been taught so much to surrender our hard-earned dollars to others. This is the ability to take back that control and make sure that every dollar that you spend, as much as possible, or any interest or taxes, you're controlling how that's being spent, and you're reducing the amount of taxes and you're reducing the amount of interest. Just a little bit of example, knowledge is also about learning from the past, reading biographies. Well, everybody knows who Walt Disney is, right? Well, Walt Disney got turned down with several major banks, financial institutions. So what did he do? He turned to his cash value life insurance policy to finance his park. Well, today everybody knows what Disney's World is, right? You got Disneyland, you got Disney World, $69.7 billion company using the same concept that the banks you're banking with are using. Wells Fargo and Bank of America, just to name 2, have close to 40 to $50 billion in bank-owned life insurance, where it is a cash acceleration policy, and it is listed as an asset in their balance sheet. Who else is utilizing this concept? Well, who's growing empires through compounding interest? That's the beauty about cash acceleration policies. It's uninterrupted compounded interest. You're going to get a guaranteed minimum 4% interest year over year over year without any drops in the market. You're going to see a curve that constantly goes like this. And it starts really building up speed in year 7 and year 8. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is purely a way or an area where you would store your wealth. And again, you have to qualify. So I'm not here to say anything. I'm here to provide you knowledge, and I hope this helps you. There's many people that offer these products. That's not true. There's not a lot of people that offer these products only because most of them are not willing to surrender 50 to 80% of their commission, like practitioners like myself, your family bank practitioners, debt-free life practitioners, infinite banking practitioners. Okay, cash building life insurance has helped these three individuals grow massive empires by utilizing the power of compound interest. The Pampered Chef, Doris Christopher. I've been to many of those parties. I actually own a lot of Pampered Chef items. They're fantastic. Everybody knows who Ray Kroc is. It's a great movie, The Founder. I believe it's called The Founder. Um, Excellent movie. Everybody knows McDonald's. They leveraged it back then. Warren Buffett. Who doesn't know Warren Buffett? He owns Geico. Warren Buffett once said that owning an insurance company, particularly an auto insurance company, is like a mosquito in a nudist column. So there's some pretty good people to admire, to mentor, to follow. Isn't that knowledge? Knowledge is following those who have made it in the past. So if everyone of medium income or poor follow the same rules of the wealthy, they no longer would be in that situation. Somehow I got muted, so don't know how. So I don't know where I lost it here. Again, we went through the compounding interest of these three great Americans who have built empires through cash building life insurance. This is a snapshot of, if you go into Kindle has a statistics in your profile. I've been 119 weeks of consistently reading books inside a Kindle. And I'm a person that doesn't read a book and move on, read a book and move on. I'll read it several times. The 12 is for 12 straight days I've opened it. I don't know. I took off the third, I took off the 15th, and I just keep going. I keep going. But 119 weeks straight, I'm constantly reading and enhancing my skill set in the insurance benefit concept, banking on yourself concept, bank on you concept, controlling your own money. This is Kindle Reading. Here's an example from January through June. These are the days that I've read per month. I read for 29 days, 23 days, 31, 29, 31, 25 from January to June. Hey, I'm not trying to impress you on how much I've read or how much I'm trying to impress you on me. I'm trying to impress upon you that one of the key mistakes people make when they truly believe in something is they only learn a little bit to be dangerous as opposed to immersing themselves. Those who know me out there, I'm a person that educates myself as much as as possibly can, particularly if I'm going to spread that knowledge to others, particularly if I'm going to be part of their financial planning. So I want you to feel comfortable. I also want you to give me feedback on, you're doing what you're doing. You're not going to focus on reading all these books. You're not going to listen to all the information I listen to. Help me help you in being able to put it in where you can digest it nice and easy and simple. Most of you out there know me and trust me, so that's the easier part. But you feel comfortable because I can tell you this. You see, from January straight through June, it took me this long. It took me until maybe March before I decided to start talking to some of my friends and family because I thought this was too good to be true. So I did all my investigative information and my work before presenting it to any prospect, much less family or friends. And I'm a product of the product. We have several policies within my family. This is, I know it's probably a little hard to see here, but this is the statistics from Audible. Those of you know Audible, I also listen to a lot of Audible, uh, which I love. If you notice here, this is June, which is 25 hours I spent in June. May, I don't know what I did in May. I said, listen, everybody. So February, March, and April, I went from 10 hours. I gone down here to 5 and maybe 4 and back up to 25. 25 was I was in Orlando, so I had a 3 hour trip. Uh, there and back. So I listened to a lot of information, and you're going to see what I'm listening to. Now, these are some excellent, excellent pieces of information that if you want to start gathering information for yourself, for your own edification, if you have questions for me, if you have questions for me regarding any of this information, you're going to see there's a lot of similarities. So I would recommend the gentleman who created the infinite banking concept, which a lot of these are based upon, is R. Nelson Nash. Fantastic guy. This has been around for over 100 years. So, I showed you Walt Disney, Rockefellers, but it was all built upon whole life policies. Now these are custom designed policies where there's a component of its whole life, but the majority of it is cash acceleration components with a term policy added to it to be able to stay within tax code 7702, so you are not put in a taxable position. Me personally, what would the Rockefellers do is an excellent book. I love it. The And Asset, fantastic, fantastic book. They're all good. If I was me, what I would start with is either the And Asset or What Would the Rockefellers Do? And then I would go to Money Life Insurance, because you can get that on Audible, and it's like an hour and a half and you're done. It's a short book. Becoming Your Own Banker, you need to read. That takes time. There's a lot of good YouTube videos. So you get an idea of what I've been doing to be able to help and educate and hopefully add a lot of value to everyone out there, my family, my friends, my associates, my listeners. And tell me, how would you like me to break this down for you? Because not everybody's going to want to read all these books. They're not as crazy as I am. Unless you want to become an agent and you want to do this, and you have to have a specific skill set with numbers, and you have to have a specific skill set to really want to devour this knowledge to be able to help as many people as possible. It's been around for 100 years. Nelson Nash kind of perfected the concept of how to utilize it with the least amount of life insurance and the most amount of cash acceleration, protected by 100-year-old companies that have been paying dividends for 100 years. So these are great books. You could have it here. Again, I want to show you. Here is Quality DFL Boot Camp. That was a 2-day boot camp, at least 4 hours each day. Your Family Bank Authorized Representative, another certification program. It was day 1 and 2. It's combined is over 16 hours, combined with all my reading and my learning, and plus rereading and relearning. I must have over $1,000, 1,000 hours into it. Not dollars spent. I spent quite a bit though. Mapping Out the Millionaire Mastery by Brett Kessler. Sorry about that. This by Brent Kessler and Chris Nagel. Chris Nagel is fantastic. So you see, I have him twice. That's his book, and that's his company. He also has a fantastic, fantastic podcast. So sorry about that. I listen to this every day. I study at least 2 hours a day. These people, I'll show you more. They also do these customized cash acceleration policies. So you can reach out to them if you want to. I would hope for you reach out to me, give me an opportunity to talk to you, give you some tidbits. No commitment necessary, but I'm willing to show you my competition. Why? Because less than 5% of the country have the knowledge to utilize these concepts that the wealthy are using today. Okay, again, and here's another one. These are YouTube channels. Okay, excuse me. Michael Scott Forehand, really Scott Forehand, I call. He's one of an associate with the same company I'm with. He is the expert. He's a mentor of mine. He has a great YouTube channel. He has tons and tons of videos. If you want to get yourself educated and understand the concept and how you would use it for many aspects of your life, thebankingtruth.com, another area that I go to learn, and besides my reading, to pass on the knowledge. Um, Oregon Cash Flow is a great one. And then obviously the Nelson Nash Institute. Here's some podcasts. Those were YouTube channels. I apologize. The podcast, the fifth edition, excellent group of guys. I love this lady, Farming Without the Bank. She's a trip, super smart. She helps out our farmers of the world, but her concepts are transferable to any type of business. She is fantastic. I would definitely subscribe to all of these podcasts so you can continue learning. Please subscribe to my podcast. I can give you some information, but if you want information here, excellent, excellent people. You got the Insurance Pro podcast, and then you got Life 180. He's fantastic as well. So I wanted to promote them just to show you that I care more about making sure you're getting all the value you can, making the right decision, and going with someone you trust, you like. And hey, I want to build the blue collar millionaire. Okay, so the whole concept is banking on yourself, right? Infinite banking, right? What does it say? Become your own banker. Becoming your own banker. Well, let's be crystal clear. A bank is a business, right? So what happens? There's two things that we do here. We have cash purchases. What happens when we put up a bunch of money in the bank and then we go and utilize that money to buy something? That's great. That's a saver. We give up the opportunity to make money on that cash we saved and give that opportunity to someone else. So we take out $10,000, $15,000, pay some of the cash. That's great. We no longer have any money in our bank account. They made their profit and it's gone. And we have to now restart all over from scratch and save another $15,000, $20,000 if that's what you can and that's what you want to do. The second option, this is a country that's all built on payments. I'm from the insurance world. Everything was either down payment and your monthly payment. The car business, what's your down payment? What's your monthly payment? Think about everything you buy, furniture. Everything is about payments. We don't no longer buy on the value, or we don't buy on the total, the cost compared to the value. Well, what happens when we finance? We're paying interest to someone else for the use of their money. So they're just fronting us the money and we're paying them interest for that money. So whatever we bought is costing of us a lot more than we originally intended to pay. So how does a bank leverage their cash flow? Super simple. What do? Bank, where we go? We go to the bank, we put our money, our hard-earned money, we put it right in the bank. As soon as we put it in the bank, what happens? They may give us 0.25%. In this example, I'm saying they're going to give you 1%. They're going to give you a 1%. If they did, you're still going to get capital gains on it. The bank has a 7-to-1 rule. That means they can lend out $1 7 times, and for every dollar they get, they charge anywhere from 2 to 24% interest rate. If you went back to the bank the next day, you asked for a loan, and you had $20,000, they don't care you got $20,000 in there. They're going to go through all the items they need to underwrite to determine if you're a good risk, and then they're going to charge you the appropriate percentage rate. So when we deposit money into a bank, it's a liability to a bank. Why? Because when we want our money, we want it. It becomes an asset the second they start lending it out in mortgages and loans and credit cards. Okay? A bank is a business. How would you like to be the bank? And that's what the whole concept of banking on yourself, be your own banker, your family bank, debt-free life. It's a concept that utilizes cash acceleration, whole life insurance, but whole life is the smallest component of it. Imagine having access to building your own bank, starting a business that by the end of the year, you're guaranteed to have at least 4% return. Again, example, 10,000 in the bank, you may get 0.5% in interest. When you go back to the bank, you want to borrow, what's your interest rate is going to be anywhere from 4% to 29%. Wouldn't you like, super simple, wouldn't you like to be the bank? That's what I'm doing. We're the bank now. This is just a quick, I'm going to end it here because there's 3 phases. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's 3 phases of money: maximization, and this should be opposite, actually. Make the use of every dollar. Accumulation, use every dollar twice. Distribution. So really, we're accumulating money, and once we accumulate it, we want to use it twice. That's how we maximize it. And we want everybody to utilize that money so it's earning interest and it's also being put to use just like a bank does. A bank brings in money and they lend it out 7 times. But they only pay us less than 0.5% of interest, but they lend it out from 2 to 29%. And then distribution. The whole concept of infinite banking, bank on yourself, be your own banker, your family bank, is to be able to take tax-free dollars. Now, again, I want to premise this. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a lawyer. You need to seek legal advice and tax advice, but I am a licensed insurance professional, and I do understand how to design these specialized policies to accumulate wealth relatively quickly. So you're going to want to be able to accumulate this wealth and then be able to take it out without it affecting your Social Security, without affecting your income to debt ratio. So you can buy more items. You want tax-free dollars. That's what we want to start building the bank. So this whole concept was in. Let me wrap this around with step 1 is knowledge. Help me how I can break this down so you can understand it a little better. This is only step 1. Understand that when you get involved and we create a bank for you, or you get a bank created for you utilizing this concept, you want to continue to be utilizing the concept and the mechanism to create exponential growth. And if you have the right authorized representative or certified person, they're going to follow you along the path, which is what I do with my clients. I make sure they're maximizing their dollars every year, and I make sure they're borrowing from their own bank and paying back their bank the interest, because you're not borrowing it from your money. You're borrowing it directly from the insurance company, but it's your bank. So anything goes in the insurance company, they pay you back in dividends. As long as they're making a profit, they've been paying dividends for 100 years. You want to pay that interest to yourself and enjoy a worry-free retirement without worrying about taxes, collecting Social Security if it's available for you, but having tax-free income with the bonus of a death benefit. Now, this is going to be section number 4 about taxes. I believe it's about taxes, but this was in the New York Times. Okay. They had a scoop behind the low tax rates on the wealthy. I just want to read this to you. New York Times, excellent newspaper. It was on the USA Today. But buy, borrow, die. Essential reason why that the wealthy people can avoid taxes in the United States system. In the U.S. system, taxes only so-called realized gains. Okay, wait. Can avoid taxes is that the U.S. system taxes only so-called realized gains like wages or stock sales. A lot of the wealthy have their businesses. They don't pay themselves a salary, so they get rid of the income tax. A lot of us can't do that. But they have stocks. They create assets of which they borrow against, which is the whole concept of building your own bank utilizing the insurance benefit concept. The wealthy live often off unrealized gain in the form of stocks and other assets. Well, if you go to Yahoo Finance, you go to Wells Fargo, you go into their balance sheet, you go into their balance sheet, you go into their assets, you're going to see a line item called bank-owned life insurance. Well, I want to make sure you have a bank-owned life insurance, or you're going to have a life insurance customized policy for you that is considered an asset that you could borrow against and defer and not pay taxes. The wealthy borrow against these assets to pay for their houses, their islands, their private planes, and then use a variety of strategies to avoid paying taxes on that debt repayment. That's what we're looking to help you with. That's it. Super simple. Hopefully that helped you. If not, I'll cut another video. Please give me information. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Reach out to me on Twitter at VAROCHO. My website's Arocho.com. You can set up an appointment, call me, ask me questions, take your time, but don't take your time. There's a ancient Chinese proverb that says, when's the best time? When is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Right now. So you got to make that decision. That's all I got for you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this. It wasn't that long either. Um, and I want you to enjoy. Let's see. I want you to enjoy our next video. So we will talk soon. God bless. Uh, Stay healthy, and spread the love. Spread the love, and let's build as many blue collar millionaires as we possibly can. Thank you. I'm Victor Arocho. Good night. Peace out.